Hello and welcome to Casual Buddhism. We haven't been here for a while. I'm so happy to be back. I'm welcoming Venerable Dhammananda, who is, of course, the first fully ordained Theravada Bhikkhuni in Thailand. And we have our guest Ros. She is the received her Bachelor of Fine and Applied Arts in Thai traditional music performance from Chulalongkorn University. She was a Fulbright Fellow pursuing graduate studies at the University of Washington, Seattle, where she earned her PhD in ethnomusicology in 2005. Upon graduation, she joined the Faculty of Fine and Applied Arts of Chulalongkorn University, where she currently serves as an associate professor of Thai traditional music. And we got a sampling of that music. Many of you viewers may not know, on September 27th at Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok, there was a historic groundbreaking conference for the Thai Bhikkhuni Sangha, and for the first time ever, 92 bhikkhunis, which are fully ordained female monastics, came together to connect and support one another. Now, the conference title was Intergeneration and Sustainability, Thai Bhikkhuni Sangha. Venerable Dhammananda, can you say a little bit about what you hope to accomplish? I mean, it was a wonderful conference. I happened to be there, and Ros was she was the moderator and the coordinator. So we're just going to kind of talk a little bit about that historic event.
Yes. Actually, the theme, the theme topic, which is re, re how to say,
Intergeneration, intergeneration.
intergeneration, intergeneration and sustainability of the Thai Bhikkhunis. Actually, the title came from Ajahn Ros. She was the one who really gave us the direction, and because it was based in her university, she is kind of she knows the ground, and she make the place, the venue available for us, which is very important. And for her to play the role of MC whole day, imagine. Usually MC, we would request them only for 2 hours, but in this particular case, Ajahn Ros, actually she took the role for whole day. So I'm most appreciated.
Thank you. Yes. And, it was a remarkable conference for many reasons. There was a lot of talk about the need for further education and training for the monastics, and there was a real feeling of unity. The monastics really came together. Ros, could you comment on what your impressions of the event were that day? Because I know you were in a unique position. You were moderating, so it's a little bit hard sometimes to maybe concentrate on what's happening around you. But I'm just interested, what did you think?
Oh, being on the stage is totally, completely on another planet, but it's actually put me on the most focused point because I have to be able to follow everyone on the stage and not only to follow the message. It was the first time that I feel on that stage, which I have been on many times, that I could feel the energy, but this is the energy among the female monks that I was able to be charged on the stage. Because in order to drive all the speakers, it means I need to be in sync with them, to be connected with them, not only the message, but the spiritual energy. So I think I have told you before, and I also look at Luang Me. So it is a triangular energy, and also to serve and connect it with the audience. So the drive the whole day, I would like to be humble to say that I was able to hold and grasp the attention of the audience the whole day. I respect very much that they spend their time traveling from their own monastery, from the north, from the south, northeast to Bangkok. For a female monk to travel like that, I think you need an organization behind the scene. You need the work to coordinate with them, to be a monk to travel is one thing, but to be a female monk to travel outside the province to attend the conference, sitting through and understand and walking through the message. So the energy on the stage is very positive. So following up on that, I see a very good future coming through as an outcome from this conference. So the energy must go on. And 92 monks coming, I feel that they're not just coming physically there, but they are thinking about their own future.
Yes, Venerable Dhammananda, what was your impression of the day? Do you have any thoughts at this time about it was such an effective conference? How did you see it?
It was from generation to generation, and that was my main purpose of how to pass on the next generation and how to prepare the next generation. But preparing the next generation is very important that they are with quality in both ways, general education as well as general information in Dharma Vinaya, which is very important. And on top of that, they need to put it into practice. So that's what you call the inside ingredient of how each bhikkhuni could continue on this path. So it's very important that we were connected, and I think the message came through very clearly, and they were enthusiastic. Immediately after that, they already consulted me about forming a kind of a course, to teach, to guide the younger generation. But we get stuck with whether how are we going to reach all of them. So we plan maybe like
Online.
Thank you for yes, online connection between bhikkhunis from different parts of the world. Yes, I think it's very important that Ajahn Ros mentioned that to be able to get them to come to one place. Some of them travel for 12 hours. So they were really dedicated to be at that conference. So we could say that conference was a real mark in history, that these bhikkhunis, 92 of them, came from all different parts of the country to one particular point in time. It's very important.
I would like to add on, may I?
Yes.
I would like to emphasize that this is a historical moment, historical event in Thailand. It might not be documented right now, but it will lasting in the history of Bhikkhuni Sangha in Thailand. And that's why I think Chulalongkorn University, we are very honored to host the event, even though we're not supporting financially, but to provide a location to be part of this event is such a significant time in the history that we are able to be part of it. Even though it might not be realized by the majority of the group of the country, but in the future, it has marked already.
Yes.
And Ajahn, did you have a question? I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me about the tree or the significance.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I have been asking Luang Me, this is going to be the third time. So I'm seeing things that the things are not permanent. So it will be very interesting to ask Luang Me the third time if we are going to imagine, compare the status of the Bhikkhuni Sangha, the female monks here right now in Thailand at this particular moment, December 2025. What kind of tree that come up in your mind right now to represent the status of this Bhikkhuni Sangha in Thailand?
I would imagine, I would like it to be a teak tree, because teak tree, stays, it takes time, but once when it is rooted, the teak is going to stay for a long time, and the roots are very strong. Teak trees has very, very strong roots, and they branch out with big leaves. Teak tree has big leaves, and the leaves can be used for poor people. They can use as the roof. They can flatten it out and make the roof. So how we Bhikkhunis, can generate ourselves into this big tree so that we provide shades, we provide the 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 wood itself is so valuable. Bhikkhunis must be valuable for the sustainability of the teaching of the Buddha itself. Yes.
Mm. Cindy, do you know the quality of the teak tree? The kind of this one.
I've seen the one I've seen several at the temple, the Sangama Kalyani temple. So I know the big leaves. That's what I remember. Because we sweep, and those are the most dramatic on the ground. They're big and they're I don't know, they just have a presence about them.
Well, considering the quality of the teak wood is hardwood, and in the north they made table chairs like dining table, and I saw the dining table in the house of my friend that it was sunk underneath the big flood in the north. And I went up to look at several things. One of them is I was surprised that after they just like used like wet cloth and cleaning it, it became new and ready to be used again after being sunk underneath the muddy water for a week. And you don't need to polish it, you don't need to lacquering it. Just wipe it out, cleaning it. It's being ready to serve the family again.
Mm.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. Thank you. It has a regenerative quality and a strength to it.
Right, right.
Mhm. And what other thoughts, if any, do you have that you were thinking about after the conference?
I may start first. I would like to touch upon the title and the themes that Long Ma suggested, and I pick it up and then develop it. It became intergenerational, and I I really see that not only the message, and so we're talking about man. Definitely, we see the force coming from men, women, monks, female monks, and then different generation, especially different generations among the female monks. The younger one, they have achieved their clear mind. Long Ma emphasized the word practiced, and we see that I see that these female monks dedicated their time on practicing Buddhism, not just reading, not just doing the theory, the Tripika, but they're able to explain, demonstrate the physical appearance, spiritual appearance on stage, communicate among generation, apply technology, suggesting the online courses like the one that you are going to do. So the success of the conference is to be able to connect generation and generations to work together for the future, for the Bhikkhuni Sangha society.
There is a particular, you've come back to it several times, the quality of spirituality that you felt on the stage. I'm wondering, because I don't have a lot of experience, Long Mei is my teacher, so I don't have a lot of experience with male monks. Is that a particular quality that you see coming forth in not only the new generation, but the previous generation of female monastics? And could you describe that? Is it different from male monks, is what I'm trying to say? Is the quality different? Maybe not. I don't know.
I think in male monk, you can also feel the feminine quality. I think it doesn't matter. I think this is the package that we are talking. In a woman, it could be a masculine, a quality inside.
Yes.
It just depends. It just depends that what we were born innate with, and then how are we going to develop and work on it, and that you are the way we practice it is in order to be able to connect back to yourself and know who you are, both sides, how much feminine, how much masculine, and then it becomes a desire that the outcome of the inner quality. Maybe I would like to ask Lung Ma, would you agree?
Yes, sometimes the Bhikkhunis are not very well educated, but if they practice well, they can be a good teacher. They can teach from their own experience, very simply how to overcome suffering, for example. They may not be talking about the big issues of suffering as a whole, but in that particular case that they themselves experience and how they can overcome it with their own practice, with the quality of the teaching of the Buddha that they applied in their own life, how they slowly come out of it. I think, the best way of teaching is teaching through living. And I think the bhikkhunis, many of the bhikkhunis are good at that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes. And Ajahn, do you have any other thoughts or comments about that? I was really interested in what you were saying about the balance. I was kind of thinking an either or dichotomy, and you were going beyond that, which I appreciate.
Well, but I I I would like to also follow Lung Ma's idea that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which gender. We are coping with sufferings.
Mm.
So there is some turmoil inside. So it doesn't matter how you identify yourself, how you identify your gender. But when you are working on, there is it's the combination of it's actually the combination of happiness and suffering, because happiness is the less form of suffering.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Long Mei, do you have any thoughts you would like to add?
I think Rose is doing fine. Rose is doing fine
Yes.
with her, her sharing, with her sharing. I think it's very important that we as bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, monks and female monks, that we have to be more serious about the teaching of the Buddha. Serious in the sense that we need to put it into practice. If we separate the study without putting into practice, then we are not different from university students,
Mm.
who study only just to be able to answer to the exams. We need to put it into practice so that we live Buddhism.
So when Lung Ma used the word practiced, I think it's also, to me, it means equal access,
Yes.
equal access to all. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter who you are. It is not expensive at all to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Any moment, you need to practice.
The last word that the Buddha reminded the monks before he passed away, very last word, he just simply reminded the monks, don't be negligent. Don't be negligent in your practice. That was his last word. So I think it's very important that we are being reminded again and again that the teaching only is not sufficient. We can become good Buddhist only when we put the teaching into our life, into our practice. And as being Venerable Mother, as I said in that conference, being most senior, you see the young ones coming together, it is like one unity of the Bhikkhunis coming together, not considering old or young. We were very much together in that unity. It is a form which expresses our practice. our practice, that we don't hold on to I, me, my mind, that I'm now senior, you need to bow to me, or you are young ones, I would put you away, or you stay away because you are much younger than me. There was no such thing, no such feeling at that conference, so I think that conference itself is a proof that we are genuinely practicing according to the Buddha's teaching.
Mm. And also to assert another principle that Buddhism has 4 pillars, and each 4 are equally important. You cannot miss one of them. And when I study in a university, I read books, and it's just in the book. And this is one of another theory that there are 4 pillars in Buddhism. I don't see it. I don't feel it. Just memorize, like a Paris. So 4 pillars. Ubasok, Ubasika, Bhiksu, Bhikshuni. But I don't see how they work together until I realize that the significance of the existing 4 pillars. The conference is a small scale of the existing of Buddhism. The conference coming together, we need the audience, we need a person who demonstrate, and also a person like Luang Meh to keep reminding us the principle of Buddhism. Otherwise, I could be diverging to different track. But I feel all the time, even though like these 17, 18 minutes already, I feel that we need Luang Meh. The conversation just between Cindy and Rose, myself, it wouldn't achieve the goal of why we are studying Buddhism. So the Luang Meh would reminded us, like, for example, don't be negligent. And then what? Negligent of what? Then go back to practicing in order to achieve suffering. Everyone, no matter who you are, a woman, a female, a mother, a father, a teacher, it doesn't matter. And even though I'm happy, yes, that is the least form of suffering.
Mm.
Right now, I don't want to be happy because that is another form of suffering. Mhm.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
When she said that, when she said that happiness is another form of suffering, it's because it is conditioned. It's being conditioned. Our happiness is being conditioned, and it doesn't stay. Anything that is conditioned doesn't have its own existence. Therefore, it doesn't stay. So, you may enjoy this very beautiful moment, but then it is passing on. Passing on, it doesn't stay. So that's why she said happiness also is a form of dukkha, it's a form of suffering.
Well, thank you for elucidating that. Thank you. That was very
Exactly.
helpful.
Exactly.
And I think on that note, we may bring this beautiful discussion to a close because all good things do come to an end. Thank you. Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you, Venerable Dhammananda. Please stay on for a few minutes if you want, but I'll end this session of Casual Buddhism. Thank you.